and move on. So, welcome everyone. I'm Stabity Doom, and I do a stream daily at 11 a.m. Eastern, and it's at twitch.tv/Stabity Doom. And I also have a YouTube channel, but in that one, it's Stabity Space Doom. Basically, what I'm doing today is I'm going to go through the top 10 items that you may not know how to get. Furnishings. They're not individual items, it's actually like all kinds of items in each one. But furnishings for your house that you may not know about, which can open up a whole new world for you about housing and furnishings. I'm going to start with the most obvious. This one is, obviously, for those of you who've been in housing for a while, luxury items. All of these items can be purchased about once a year from a certain fellow in Cold Harbor, and we're going to go there so that I can actually show you what I mean. And in case you don't know, you can always go into your different guilds and look for somebody in an area that you want to go to. And this took me for a long time to figure out that I could do this. And you can right click and go to that person. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone in Cold Harbor right now, so we're going to have to go there by hand, which isn't really a big deal. I think it'll cost me like 150 gold. So there we go. Hollow City. So that's where you want to go for these. You want to go to Cold Harbor, Hollow City. Now, he appears, the fellow we're looking for, always appears in the same place, but not always the same time. The time usually changes based on daylight savings time, as well as sometimes he just shows up late. He doesn't show up at all. Zoss has had problems with that in the past. So what you're gonna do is on Friday evenings at around 8 p.m. Eastern, time may vary, you're gonna go to Cold Harbor, and this is what all of us people crazy about housing always do. And we go to this particular store, which is across the way from the bank in Cold Harbor. And it's called Cicero's Food and General Goods. You may recognize Cicero from, Skyrim, but I don't think it's the same Cicero, because it's this guy. Cicero Eudoxius is the one who owns this place. But you're going to want to talk to a fellow that shows up standing right here. And the reason why he's not here is because it's not the weekend. He disappears, I believe, on Monday morning at around 10 a.m. Eastern, which is the normal flip time for events and other things like that. But he shows up on Friday night. He's there all weekend. And generally you come up to him, you check to see what he has, and he'll have usually 4 items that are have been carried before, and then usually 1 new item. Now, what I suggest that you do is, if you want to check out what they're going to have, the best site for you to check out for that is going to be Benevolent Bode, who is a great guy. He also keeps an amazing list of Tamriel Luxe furnishing items. So you're going to want to go to this site, and I'm going to give you the link. And that'll show you what's been happened, what we've gotten in the past, and what we may get in the future. When you see the Dwemer automaton in some of your channels, what you'll see is a lot of times they get that information from him. So it's actually coming from him anyway. So if you want to check that out, you just go to Benevolent Bode's site, and that's what you're going to get. So let me pull up the Lux vendor items. Here we go. Golden Lux Spot. Yeah, it does generally come from Benevolent Bode. This is, in fact, last week's list. And you can see on it, there's Wiggly Broccoli, which is my new favorite thing. And all sorts of other items. Then a lot of people end up trying to figure out what's going to be next week based on that. So we're going to start there. We're starting with that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Artaeum. And the reason why we're going to Artaeum is because I think there's a lot of people who may not know about these furnishings. I've had this conversation with people, and I don't think they know. Basically, you have to go through the quest line from Somerset, the one where you arrive in Shimmerine and you run into Raz right off the bat. You have to go through that quest line in order to get to the point where you go to Artaeum for the first time and there are people there. Now, don't get me wrong, you can go to Artaeum before that quest line, but there won't be any people in it. You need to go once there's been people in it. Once there's people in it, you can find this lady who's right in front of the main building. And her name is Nala Sarwin or something like that. You talk to her,
Before you ask,
and she's got a store where you can find all sorts of different kinds of furnishings. The reason why you've never seen, well, she's also got a lead, but the reason why you've probably never seen these is because they're all bound. Once you learn them, including these books, you may have seen these, they are bound furnishings. So you can't sell them. But if you want to use them for your own purposes, oh, okay, have fun, Jemima. If you want to, use them for your own purposes, this is where you get them. These lights are very popular, especially this one with the lots of wigglies around it. So that's where you find that. I know it's a little bit odd, but that is what's going on here. Is that some of these things are not as obvious as others. Now we're gonna go to Grotwood. You can go to any of the Undaunted vendors in order to see what I'm about to show you. And this is probably the third most, I'm not necessarily doing these in order, but we just went over the Lux, we went over the Undaunted, and we went over the Sigic. So those are top three, I would say. So fourth, and in no particular order as to how hard it is to find, you go to your Undaunted guys, the whole party that they're having open on the side, and you'll see that's where you get your different quests for the day, for your trials, not your trials, I mean to say, your pledges. See here, this is where you get your pledges. But this is also where you can get furnishings. Go to the quartermaster, who is in a different place in each one, unfortunately. I can never find her. Here she is. And she's got a bunch of different, oh, you're welcome. She's got a bunch of different furnishings. Now, you'll notice I don't have all of these unlocked. The reason why I don't have these unlocked is because I suck. I am a potato. I can't do anything. But those of you who are better than me can go and buy these items directly from her. And this is the fun one. This is the one that does all those different color lights. Once you've unlocked whatever the different items are that open it, like for example, this mug, you have to do the this one's on me achievement, and then you've got the blood rune and the orb of stone, scale collar peak. So all sorts of different items that, yes, I do need to do these, but I haven't. So you can see how much I suck, that I am such a potato that I have not done these. But this is where you get these items. So make sure you go to your Undaunted Quartermaster, and you'll be able to see what you can get that perhaps you haven't known about. The next thing we're going to talk about is Southern Elsewhere. Now, Southern Elsewhere is a pain in the butt of its own style. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, they decided to not make the achievement vendor visible until after you've completed the Dragon Guard line of quests. So once you've done that, you can go to the Dragon Guard hold on Tideholm once you've unlocked that quest line. And then every day, once you've done a certain number of quests, hey, Ari, you'll be able to go and loot this box, which is in front of Dirge. And every day this will pop up with new items that you can get from like a dragon drop. And it'll often have different, here you go, a blueprint. It'll have other items. Oh yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful light. That is a light to get. Now what you want to do is once you've done all of those quests to the point where it opens up, you want to go to this lady who you're going to find on the 3rd floor. And here she is. She is the achievement furnisher for Southern Elsewhere. She only appears once you do that quest line. And then you can buy this light, you can buy the bells, you can buy these painted rocks, and most importantly, you can buy this affordable item, which is used by many furnishers like myself and others to make just gorgeous, gorgeous items. So you're going to want to do this if you can. Yes, buy all the vines. Buy them all because they are just gorgeous in use. So definitely that's how you do that one. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do Kvatch in Gold Coast. Yes, the main quest line for the Dragon Guard. And then they'll open up, she'll show up when you can buy things. Before then, if you don't see her, you know you haven't done enough quests and you have to do another one. And eventually, you will get it opened. Now, a lot of people don't know about this, and I don't know why, because it's this place in Kvatch is actually just a normal vendor, like a normal achievement vendor. And what you've got over here is this fellow, Athragor. Now, they've got some fun stuff like poisons and... Hold on. He doesn't like talking to me while I'm on my... This thing opens up, and this is wonderful, and this is wonderful, and all sorts of fun things for decorating. However, the real star of the show is this. 500 gold for preserved sweet rolls. That's amazing. 500 gold. You can't buy almost anything in this game for 500 gold. So how do you get this sucker? You actually have to do the Sweet Roll Murderer quest line in Kvatch, which if I can tell you where to start, the Sweet Roll Murderer, ESO. The Sweet Roll Killer, excuse me. So that starts with the notes posted in Kvatch, and then you go to Riemann Mevavius inside the 8 Blessings Inn. So since I've already done it, you're not going to find the posts, and you may not even find the fellow in here because he may actually already not be here once. Yeah, I don't think he's here once you do the quest line. So you'd have to come into this inn, look for the person, and that's where you start this quest. And that way you can get sweet rolls for 500 gold a piece for a stack, which is amazing. All right. The next one, and the one that people were asking me about that I was kind of surprised, but then after a while I sort of realized why they don't know. I'm going to show you right now. And this one is going to be Thieves' Den items. Now, I don't mean the quest stuff, achievement items from Hugh's Bane for the Thieves Guild. That's a different set of items that you can find in Hugh's Bane. The killing for sweet rolls is actually a really fun quest just to begin with, so you'll have fun with doing the quest, even if it's something, you know, that you have to do. It's still kind of a fun quest line. So we're gonna go down here under, if you don't know where the Thieves' Den is in Vivek City, you can go to a different one. It doesn't have to be here. But this one is just my favorite Thieves Guild. And there's 2 things I want to show you. The first thing I want to show you is this. I want to show you that once you've gotten your Thieves Guild advanced enough, you can buy and have different achievements. You can buy items from merchants in Thieves' Den. Now, this is where you find the death marker. This is where you find a decorative safe box. This is where you get this guy, Thieves' Trove. Faded fence banners, mass tombstones, mountains of loot, very affordable. Noble pocket lint, piles of coins, scales of felonious recompense, a key blank. I mean, you can find all sorts of fun toys to play with here. So this is, thank you, Ari. Ari pointed out that you need 30 daily quests for the final achievement, Dragon Guard Operative, which is how you get access to that stuff. All right, so the next thing, see this person remain silent? If you add points, my bad, when you get to a point in Dark Brotherhood, thank you, Aspen, you can add Shadowy Supplier. Shadowy Supplier is a perk, and once you get it, you will have this person remain silent. She's actually a woman, believe it or not, who will be in all of your Thieves' Den. Now, what you do is when you talk to her, you can ask for gear, you can ask her for something to make you less noticeable, or any poisons and potions. So let's take a shot and see. Oh, wow, I didn't get what I thought I would. Usually I get the stupid sack, which has a costume in it. So we got a leniency edict, and we get that for free. So she just gives you stuff. Now let me show you what you can get from her occasionally. And I'll give you a link to it as well. Now, for those of you who don't know about this, there is a site that is called Lovely North, and it's one of my favorite sites. And it's got lots of information on it. But the other one, the old granddaddy of them all, is ESO Fashion. And that one has on it a link, I'll give you a link, to the 4 items that you can occasionally get from her. So you're going to want to talk to her every day. And the reason why is because you may end up with one of these 4 items. This is a vial of blood. This is a light called Light and Shadow. This is a heart. And this one is Candles of Silence. You can sell the Candles of Silence. You can't sell the rest. The rest are bound. But the Candles of Silence are not. And you can buy and sell them on the trader. And they're worth a decent amount of money every so often when you get them. Now, the reason why I really want to show you this vial of blood is because I've used it. It's more than just a vial of blood that you can put in creepy stuff. The main way I've seen that blood used is as lipstick, believe it or not. So let me show you how people use. Here we go. These are all vials of blood, but now they're being used as lipstick. You just pop them head down and you've got lipsticks. As you can see, you can get a lot of these because you just keep on hitting that person up every day, and that's what you're going to get. There's other ways to make lipstick and jewelry, but you can kind of see also there's the pocket lint from from the trader we just went to, the merchant. So lots of cool stuff that you can use on a daily basis if you want to. Cool things about getting to max in master crafting of any type, for example, in tailoring or whatever, is you can go to the clothier and you can talk to them and you can get a clothier sign. You can get a critters box. This only shows up when you get Grandmaster Crafting Harvester here. And then this is also Grandmaster Crafting Harvester. So you're going to have to harvest to get these. But look at this butterfly bush. This butterfly bush is a favorite of many of us builders and designers because we love just an item that constantly has butterflies coming out of it. It can draw your attention. It's got motion. It's a fantastic item. So you're going to want to go to get maximum of harvesting, but then you're going to want to go and buy these for sure. Upstairs, we've got a less exciting item, but we've got the blacksmith. When you max out in blacksmithing, you can get that sign. And when you get the Grandmaster Crafting Harvester, you can also get this ore. The ore is not terribly exciting. Yeah, butterflies come out of that bush constantly. Yep, they're beautiful. Smith's bellows you can get from this master harvester with master of refinement. So refining things will get you this item that you can buy and put up in any blacksmith area that you're building. Yeah, that butterfly bush is amazing. It's one of everybody's favorites. Who, a lot of people go for harvester, master harvester, just to get those. They're amazing. Shush, Lavathi, you silly. This is just Loza Tusk. He's the achievement furnisher. He's unrelated business except for the fact that he also has different items for Craglorn that you have to unlock, which unfortunately, because I can't play, I'm a potato, I haven't unlocked those, but I would like to. Here is the carpenter. She too has stuff you can buy. It's less interesting. She's got harvester's wood, so you can get a stack of wood, which is a little bigger than the one that you can buy just normally for 100 gold. You also get the sign. I think I should be able to show you this stack of wood. Maybe he has it. Yeah, here's the regular stack of wood. This is the one that you could buy for 100 gold from anybody. Any of these types of furnishers, regular home furnishers, should pretty much have it. Hey, Sonia. So that's how you get those items. I want to think if I'm forgetting anybody. Yes, I'm forgetting people. So we're going to go over to the jeweler and the enchanter now so that I can show you where to get those. So basically, just remember, once you max out harvester, refinement, all of that stuff, check with these furnishers so that you know that you've gotten all the goodies you can get. The enchanter will sell you an enchanter's sign, not terribly surprisingly. And they will also sell you this, which is an amazing, it's just an enchanting gem, but doesn't it look perfect for a jewelry shop or something? It looks like a little box of diamonds or something. I'm a big fan of this one, and I tend to get it a lot for treasure piles and stuff like that. And then this one is another favorite. The alchemist will sell you the sign, but even better, they sell you this. This is crucial, I think, for over your hearth or hanging above you like in Bree's home. This is something you saw all the time in Skyrim. And if you want, you can get this from alchemists in the city. And in fact, it doesn't look like you need any sort of, Grandmaster Harvester of Herbs. You do need an achievement before you get it. You can also get, from getting Toxicologist, you can get this poison satchel, which also looks good if you put it next to a bathtub. It looks like a bunch of bath oils. Different ways that you can use this stuff, but it's fun. Things are, but the problem is sometimes I forget. While we're moving, what I want to show you is that there is a site that you're going to want to reference if you want to know where the achievement furnishers are and the home goods people are. You want to go to this crucial site, which is called lovelynorth.com. It is the best site, hands down, for locating those items. And the reason why I say that is because not only does it show you, thank you, not only does it show you that, let me show you the site, in fact. Not only does it show you the different places that they are, it also shows you, here we go, what exactly are we talking about, right? So you want to know, what about the old Mary Dominion stuff? Well, here are the different items. It is the best. A shout out to Lovely North. Here are all the different items that you can get. And it says, this is the achievement that you need to get in order to get it. And it links here to tell you it can be purchased from Athragor and Redford trading posts. So you've got a direct link to even where it is. But for the regular stuff, the non-achievement stuff, such as, and this is often the hardest stuff to find, flowers, plants, and more, etc. This shows you where you can get these. So you would go to Stonefall, Shadowfen, or the Rift in order to get this Grandmother Hibiscus. So it tells you which achievement vendors to go to get each of these items. And that's really important to you if you're trying to save money, especially when you say, oh goodness, I could buy these for 300 gold a piece and have a nice color of red in my garden and not break the bank. So there you go. That's how you do that, is you go to Lovely North. And it is a fantastic resource for people who are into housing. So we're going to close that out. And I'm going to show you, let's go on down to the brewer and the chef, who are hopefully both here. We've got the chef. All right, what does the chef sell? Pork or pie, the cleaver, and a provisioner's sign. So you can get a cleaver. Now, I think you can also make cleavers. You'll be set. But here's a good example of what you can get from different fishing. So you see here we've got the clams. The clams are for from fishing, the closed ones. We also have kelp. Kelp is also from fishing. It's cheap on the vendors. These kinds of coral, there's different kinds of small coral bits that are shaped differently that you can get off of the traders because other people fish them up. Basically, that's what it is that they're so common when you're fishing that a lot of people try to sell them off. And you can get them and furnish your homes, especially aquarium homes like that. I believe this also comes from fishing, this sponge. And there's just lots of things that can, here we go, the ancient clam. The ancient clam is also from fishing. That is true. If we're talking about Cold Harbor, you do have to do quests to open up some of the houses that are otherwise closed to you. But you'll also see there's a pearl here. Let me show you how to get the pearls. The enchantment node over here, which I'm going to loot because it's actually a Psijic portal. So that was pricey right there. So here's the what Votans does. So it shows you that you can get a dewfish, a longfin, or a Pyandonian bottle from here. It tells you what bait to use. You want to use worms, saltwater bait. So I'll pick that. And then I'll use Votans. It'll go in the water. And then when it's ready to be pulled in, Votans will pop up an alarm and make a noise. So you'll never miss when you're supposed to suck up your fish. There you go. I just got a dewfish. Did you see the, I'll show it again so you could see the little mark. It looks like an anchor. Don't ever fish without Votans is my argument, unless you have to if you're on console. Votans makes fishing so much less annoying because you can even sit there and just do other stuff while waiting for the sound to go off and then deal with it then. That's my theory. I stick to it. Ooh, chest. Nice. It also shows you where chests are, if that helps. Now, once you have this installed, what you might want to do is go into filters and make sure that you have clams on. I did not. Now you can see all the clams. See how they went away? Now you'll look for the white clams all along the beach. See them? So that's how, make sure that you have it on. Otherwise you may not see it. And there's a clam. Just sitting there on the beach. And you use it. And I got a powdered mother of pearl, which is worth a lot of money. And you can sometimes get the pearl furnishings from them. But the other thing that you can get from doing this is the clam gall, which is used in a lot of stuff. And that also is an excellent thing to sell. So if you want to do farming and you're kind of done with other types of farming, you can always do this. Go running along the beach, see where you can find clams, and then just deal with that. And while you're doing it, you can also get chests because there are a gazillion different chests all along the beach here. As you can see on my harvest map, it shows you where all of them are. So you can get both. That's my... Okay. Here's a couple of the items that you can get that either drop or are craftable from different events. You'll get the pumpkin and the wheat piles, as well as I think the several other things also drop, like sticks. Stickoween, like Halloween, but Stickoween. No? So all of these items, such as the fires, drop from New Life gift boxes. That's the only place you can get them. So, and then these are obviously from Jubilee, which you can get from the, what's her name? The event lady. I want to say provocateur, but that's not her name. Impresario. The impresario, when you have enough tickets. These things just drop from boxes. The Jester's Coffer is a common gift, along with the Jester's Banner, for things that you do during Jester's Holiday. So there are many of these, and like I said, I just linked you a list of them. There's the Banner of Mayhem, there's a block and axe chopping, there's sticks of many different types, there's all sorts of different items. There's patterns for a gibbet, which also drops. There's gravestones that drop. There's a hag-raven cauldron. There's all sorts of stuff that you will find over time drop during these certain events. Probably too much sometimes. So here's just a few of them. Right before the last one we're gonna do is this, the Merkmeyer stuff. See this stuff? This actually still can be gotten, along with certain pets can still be gotten, or not pets, but emotes. There's the Guar Stomp and whatnot. You can still get them, but nobody really does it anymore. And you can actually sell the boxes if you want. I don't know if they're selling very well or not, but what you need to do is you need to go to Stormhold in Shadowfen. And you're going to talk to somebody. This is the prequel quest from Merkmeyer. And this guy will give you quests, like daily quests. I think once you've completed the prequel, you can get these quests. This is, and then he gives you daily quests. And I forget his name, but we'll know in a minute, won't we? Here we go. This is Gilar. Gilar will give you up to, I think, 9 daily quests, and you have to go and get the items, and whenever you return it to him, you'll get a box, and those boxes can have furnishings in them, like I just showed you. It can have items like the different, like there was a light and there were different pots and whatnot, but it also can have pieces of the Guar Stomp emote, and once you put that together, you get a rune box that you can sell. So you may want to do those just to make money, but they tend to get really freaking annoying, so I don't know that you're going to want to do that. Finally, stealable items, and I'm sorry this took so damn long for me to get to. The best place to go, I think, for stealable items is probably Vivec City itself, just because it's close to everything and you can do a nice little circle. But there are tons and tons and tons of stealable items that are furnishings. And let me give you the list. There are multiple lists. Let me get you one. Here is one of the lists. And what you'll see on it is that alchemists will drop mushrooms, poison packs group, Artisans drop rough axes. Beggars drop rough bread. Cultists drop human skulls. Gelar? Gelar is in Shadowfen. In Stormhold. Fishers will drop fish and a fishing rod. Guards will drop the bounty posters. Healers drop a lasting candle, etc., etc. There are just so many different things. Now, typically, I'll show you my route. I make no guarantees as to whether or not I'm any good at this anymore, because it's been a really long time since I used to do it. But you start with the blacksmith. Blacksmiths can drop a lot of good stuff, including blacksmithing tools. You just wait and you pull, and you start with head stag. Now, remember, when you're stealing from people, you do pick, stab. You do, first you pick their pocket, then you pick their pocket again, and then you stab them. That's the order in which you want to do this. The next chick I do is here. She is a laborer, and no one's really watching her, so you, as long as she's not like right in front of the guards, you can do this to her. And then boom. It's brutal, I know, but just remember, they repop. Next is a beggar. She's right here. You usually steal pieces of bread from beggars. From drunks, you can get booze, and there's all sorts of different items that you can get from people. There is an assassin back here. Assassins and thieves are excellent for stealing from because they have good items on them. Unfortunately, you can't stab this guy anymore. You used to be able to, but they've made it so that you can't. So, hold on. In this case, what I would do is try to do a third steal, but be aware he's probably going to catch you no matter what your ledger domain is at, or your pickpocketing, because he didn't get me. So now he has nothing in his pockets. So, because you can't kill him. Then you've got a hunter over here. Shocking. Are you shocked yet that I know what all of these people are? Yeah. Don't be, because this is so typical me. He might have been. But he's not going to repop with stuff on him, so you're pretty much screwed unless somebody kills him. Or if you kill him and get the whatchamacallit. Where's the crafter? Somebody must have killed him. There's usually a guy who stands around here, and he's a crafting guy. Somebody must have killed him. And the way that I kill him is I hide behind this barrel, and when he walks over here, I pick, stab him. Then the next person I do is a fisherman, or sailor rather, who stands back here. He's also gone. Somebody's killed him. The next person you do is a fisherman who stands here, but he also pats back and forth. So get him when he's here so no one sees. He will walk over to that guard and then come back. So just make sure that you stick to the one spot. Then you go up here, and there's a thief. She hides behind here, and you just sneak and you go stab behind her. There's a laborer who walks back and forth between here and here. Just get behind her, kill her. You have to do it in this order so that no one sees you. Then you can go up here, and there's a guy right here, Suveris, and he is a thief. And you get him. This is the order to do it, I'm serious, because when you get back to the blacksmith, he will be fully restocked. And then you kill him. And then you go over to, whoop, and then you fall off because you're stabby and you can't walk straight. There's another guy, the overseer, this guy, the crafter. You get him. Now be aware that depending on where you are, if you didn't kill that lady in the front, you're going to be seen when you try to kill him. That lady in the front can see what you're doing. So you got to be sure that you kill these different people so that you don't get eaten by the guards. I always carry around a stack of counterfeits on me so that I never have to worry about getting a bounty. And those can be gotten from, thieves' chests and other things. And then if no one else was actually doing this, the blacksmith would be back here now. But other people are doing it, so my timing is off. But you just wait here until the blacksmith respawns, and then you do it again. And that's the circle you do over and over in here. And eventually, you will get good items from it. You will actually get other items. This guy's a fisherman. You can get fish from him. I always kill him too, but be careful. There's a guard that pats back and forth. See him? So you gotta always make sure you kill at a good spot. I know I'm ridiculous. There's a guard in here. There's all sorts of people that you can kill. This noble, if you're careful and get him when the guard isn't looking, you can get him. But nobles often have really good stuff on them too. So there you go. It's all of that kind of stealing and whatnot. Now, what you should know is that there are 2 thrones that you can steal only from one person. There is a guy in Grotwood named Dirtalass. If you go to Grotwood, Dirtalass pats back and forth between the bottom floor of the crafting area all the way down to the thieves area in the front. And then he'll fish for a few minutes and then he'll pat back. But he's usually in front of people. So that guide actually tells you how to get him and when to get him. And it's the big elven pretty throne that hangs with the pretty flowers. That's how you get that. And it only drops off of this guy. It's ridiculous. So that guide is what you need. Now for the Breton throne, here's the guide for the Breton throne. And luckily, this one has multiple guys that it'll spawn off of. But if you ever see people following Dirtalass, it's for one of 2 reasons. Dirtalass is also part of the Dark Brotherhood quests where you have to find specific people and kill them. If you guys remember that quest at all. So he spawns right about here, I think. And then he's an archer, so you'll see his bow and everything. So a lot of times people are just killing him because he's part of the quest line. And here he is. Here's Dirtalass. And he just saw me steal from him. So that wasn't good. So I'll kill him now because I can't steal again. And typically, see how he blew up like that? That's because he's part of that quest. The people who were part of that Sithis Dark Brotherhood quest blow up like that. But this is the only guy who drops that. Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? The only guy you can get that plan from. So there you go. I also have other items on me that are from different events and whatnot, but I think that's enough for today. I think, yeah, that guy gets murdered constantly. So I think we're good for today.